Hey friends! In this video, we're experiencing Niagara-on-the-Lake Icewine Festival for the first time, sampling unique pours, exploring the festive atmosphere, and seeing what all the hype is about. Let's dive in! In our last video when we were at Niagara-on-the-Lake, nearly every merchant told us we had to check out the Icewine Festival. So we did! We've never heard of it until recently, but luckily a few of our friends who used to work at the festival joined us to share their knowledge. Our friend Taylor even gave us a crash course on how ice wine is made and what makes it so special, and the proper way to drink it. Ice wine is made by harvesting grapes that are naturally frozen on the vine and at a temperature of -8 degrees Celsius or below. Then immediately pressing them while still frozen to extract a highly concentrated juice that is then fermented into wine. Essentially, the freezing process removes most of the water from the grape, leaving behind concentrated sugars and flavors. Because of the specific weather conditions needed, ice wine is typically produced in small quantities and considered a premium wine. Okay, so we have to hide our tongue under your teeth or on the glass.
What?
Tip your tongue under your teeth.
Uh-huh.
And then try.
What's the point of hiding it? Because all your sweet receptors are at the tip of your tongue and you'll get more flavors.
Ooh,
That's nice.
that is very tasty. That is delightful. That is
Wow.
delightful.
Do it without your tongue being hidden. It's very different tasting.
So, the tannins, I can taste the tannins.
Our first pour was a Riesling ice wine from Konzelmann Estate Winery. Typically, the festival sells a wine glass for $6 so you can carry it around each booth. But since we went on the last day, we got ours for free. What wasn't free though was our pours. Each one costing $6. Not the worst price, but it does add up after a while, and pretty quickly. Beyond booth tastings, the festival offers other experiences, like the Discovery Package for a more in-depth winery-to-winery tour, VIP lounges, and even snow globe rentals to help warm you up on these freezing days. The entire festival was decked out with stunning ice sculptures, and we even got to watch some live ice carving in action, which was really cool to see. We kept it simple, grabbing a few sips from the booths before seeing where the day would take us. Our next pour was from Konzelmann Estate Winery. We tried the Cabernet Franc ice wine. This one had a lovely strawberry flavor to it, sweet, rich, and smooth. Our friend Taylor, who used to work at this winery, gave us a great tip. Next time, try it poured over vanilla ice cream. After tasting it, we could definitely see that being a perfect match. This was collectively all of our favorite ice wine from the festival. We enjoyed it so much that we decided to visit Konzelmann Estate Winery later on after the festival to experience more of—
Did you use your thunder smash?
Don't be a jerk. Of what they had to offer.
Hello. Gretzky, please. What is it? The Cabernet?
Cab Franc?
Yeah.
The cabaret? The cabaret?
Cabernet. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have fun at the cabaret.
Thank you, I will.
Our third pour was from the Gretzky Estate, a Cabernet Franc ice wine. Not the cabaret, as Mike so eloquently put it.
Oh, ooh,
I taste the tannins.
the tannins.
Our fourth and final pour was from a cidery called Shiny. A shiny vital ice wine is what we got. They were handing out coasters that offered a free cider tasting, which instantly caught all of our attention. After trying their ice wine and really enjoying it, we had a feeling their ciders would be also just as good.
You can smell the tannins.
So of course, we all grabbed a coaster and made it a goal to check out their cidery later on in the day. We spotted our new favorite Niagara-on-the-Lake spot, Cheese Secrets, and we really wanted to try their famous gourmet grilled cheese sandwich. But with the line stretching on forever, we decided to check out a few other booths for a bite instead.
Ain't easy being cheesy. But you know it's Gouda. And at the end of the day, I'm a pretty courteous guy.
Our friends went to pick out roasters. Taylor got the Italian sausage with caramelized onions on a bun, while Nadia went for the pulled pork parfait, layered with mashed potatoes, pork, and barbecue sauce. Meanwhile, Mike and I stopped at Peller Estates Winery booth. Mike got the meatballs with butternut squash sauce, goat cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, and crispy onions.
You can smell the tannins.
Yes, Mike, the tannins.
Those are some amazing balls, man.
Yep, we know you love balls,
I love balls.
especially the meat form. Anyways, I had a very similar dish, swapping the meatballs for potato gnocchi. Both were absolutely delicious. The portions were on the smaller side for the price, making them more of a quick bite than a meal replacement, but they were both delicious nonetheless. Wrapping up our experience at the Icewine Festival, we had a very pleasant time. We were told that this year's festival was smaller than usual, but being our first time, we still had a great experience and can see ourselves returning in the future. We can definitely understand why ice wine is so special, and it's a very enjoyable drink. For anyone getting into wine, we definitely suggest giving this festival a try and exploring your palate to discover what suits you best. We give the Niagara Icewine Festival a 4 out of 5. When we were in Niagara-on-the-Lake last time, we spotted the Just Christmas shop and made a mental note to check it out on our next visit here. So after finishing our glasses of wine, we headed straight in to see how it stacked up against other Christmas shops we've been to before.
That's so witty.
It's so tiny.
Stop saying that. Oh, the ornaments. So zany. Oh my god, that's so witty.
There's more.
Oh, that's so zany.
Just Christmas is a fairly large shop, and the area we enjoyed the most was the collection of pictures that lit up. We thought they were really unique, and there were even a few we were tempted to buy. However, when we looked at the prices of many of the items, we found them to be a little on the expensive side. Some prices made sense though, but overall, given the touristy location, we felt the prices were higher than what we were comfortable with. With that being said, we mostly just ended up window shopping, seeing if we could see ourselves returning for future Christmas purchases. For people who have been here before, can you please explain to us why all of the Christmas trees were upside down? That really stumped us, and we would love to know why.
It's style.
After exploring the store and comparing it to other Christmas shops we visited before, we decided to give Just Christmas a 3 out of 5. It's a fun place to browse with plenty of unique and charming finds, but it didn't have that over-the-top magical feel that some Christmas shops do have. Still, it's a very lovely store with a lot of great selections of holiday items that many find delightful. What we found funny about the Cheese Secrets booth being so packed at the festival was that just around the corner, their actual store was selling the same grilled cheese, with a much smaller line. When we walked in, they had chips with dill hummus for sampling, and I love dill, so I found this to be very tasty. While we were there, we picked up some more of that black cheese from our previous video, and the Prima Donna Gouda that we absolutely loved. And we also got to try a few new ones, like this tricolor cow and goat milk Gouda and the Koch Cannellina hemp-infused raw cow's milk cheese from Switzerland.
We got ourselves another Cheese Secrets Gouda tricolor cow and goat milk from the Netherlands. And we also got ourselves some Koch Cannellina hemp-infused.
Yeah, baby.
From Switzerland.
Yeah.
Try first.
A little spicy.
There is spice. It's like
A little spice that comes at the end. I like
it.
that.
Me too. It smells not good. Smell.
That has a smell. That's a feet smell.
We gave the cheeses a try on their own, and initially we were not fans of the hemp-infused cheese. However, we do come back to this later in the video with something delicious that completely changes the experience, making it a much more enjoyable cheese tasting. The Koch hemp-infused cheese is definitely on the stinkier side. It's an acquired taste for sure.
I think it's pronounced cock.
Yep. Maple Leaf Fudge was a shop we spotted on our walk back to our cars. This family-owned business has been a Niagara-on-the-Lake tradition since 1967. Their fudge recipes are top secret, and they still make them the old-fashioned way in copper kettles, tempering them on marble slabs and cutting them right in front of the customers. They had samples of Icewine Fudge and chocolate-covered strawberry fudge to try. We liked the Icewine Fudge the most. It was incredibly creamy, so we decided to go for their 2 fudge special with peanut brittle, but we paid a little extra to upgrade to the cashew brittle instead. For our fudge choices, we went with the butter pecan and score fudge. This was Mike's first time trying cashew brittle. At first, he thought it was just alright, but as he kept eating it, he found himself enjoying it more with each bite. It turned out to be a very tasty treat.
We got score, butter pecan.
We started with the butter pecan fudge, which was absolutely delicious. Their fudge is incredibly rich and creamy, with flavors that really stand out.
Ann Perkins. Ann Perkins. Angela Julian.
It's the way that I just keep filming and you're just like, you can put the phone down and you just keep filming me. Yeah, exactly.
Next, we tried the score fudge, which we were told was one of their most popular flavors, and we can see why. Both fudges had some similar flavor notes, but having them side by side, we might have enjoyed the score one just a little bit more. Then again, every time we cut another piece, we kept flipping back and forth on which one we liked best. Needless to say, all the fudge was wonderful. They clearly have a perfected classic recipe. If you're ever in need of satisfying a sweet tooth, give Maple Leaf Fudge a try because they're a 4 out of 5 in our books. We made our way over to Shiny Apple Cider for that free cider tasting. And I'm not sure if you could tell by the look on this man's face, but he seemed so thrilled to help all 5 of us with that free tasting. Mike tried the vanilla honey cider. Taylor and I went for the old-fashioned maple cider. Her husband Jesse had the salted caramel cider, and Nadia went for the peach light cider. All of the ciders were delicious. Honestly, there wasn't a bad option to pick from. All of them had a nice smooth taste to it and the perfect amount of sweetness. Not too powerful in the sugar, just a right amount.
The tannins. The tannins. The tannins.
After all of our cider tasting, the host let us try one more, the sour cherry licorice cider, and Mike thought it tasted like a light warhead with a subtle licorice aftertaste. We ended up getting a 6-pack of assorted ciders, although we were a little thrown off by their inventory system. We couldn't mix and match with the 6 flavors that we wanted to pick from, which was a slight bummer since I wanted to take some of that old-fashioned cider home, but I didn't want to buy a full pack of it. They do sell the ciders individually by bottles as well, not by cans, but given how much we've already spent that day, I decided I'll just come back here another time in the future for that one. Out of the 6-pack variety, Mike's favorites were the ginger lime and the pineapple mango. We're going to give Shiny a solid 4 out of 5. Not only did they have a great selection of unique and flavorful ciders, but each one was smooth, refreshing, and very easy to enjoy. Making our way over to the final stop of the day, Konzelmann Estate Winery. This stunning winery is located on the shores of Lake Ontario and is the only winery with a direct view of the lake. As soon as you walk in, you're greeted with breathtaking German architecture and towering grand doors that you can't help but appreciate and admire. Oh, the entire space exudes elegance, making it a memorable setting to enjoy premium wines and guided tours while taking in the picturesque lake views. Since this is where Taylor used to work, she was noticed by her old co-worker, who was overjoyed to see her again. That turned out to be a bonus for us, as she kindly let us sample the delicious peach wine, something neither Mike or myself have tried before.
What's your arm? Peach wine? Yeah. Yummy. Are you kidding me? Taylor, you get peach wine. Okay. 5?
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
This is a lovely peach wine from Konzelmann Estate Winery. Yes.
Can you taste the tannins?
You cannot, no.
The tannins?
La da da da! Cheers, everybody! Beautiful. Oh, look at that sunlight! Look at the sun of the peaches. You must. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. Do love. All right.
Oh, she was a delight. Okay, I'm gonna cut the crap now. It was Mike's decision to make me do that voice. I hope you all enjoyed. Accent kept going in and out.
David, we were worried sick.
Nobody knew where you were, and your phone was off. Anyone else know what that's from? Anyways, we spotted some delicious wine-infused jams throughout the winery, and the pear Riesling jam caught our attention. The jar mentioned that it paired nicely with artisan cheese, and since we had picked up some of that cheese earlier in the day, we thought, perfect match, so we'll give that a try later in the video. Heading up to the lookout tower, we were just in absolute awe as we were on the grand staircase. It truly felt like we were in a castle. With heat rising, it was a little toasty up there, but the breathtaking views made it all worth it. This is a stunning winery with stunning views in every direction. Pairing the jam with the tri-colored cheese helped tone down that little bit of heat it had, making it more subtle. It was a perfect balance of sweet with a slight kick. And that stinky cheese I initially spit out, surprisingly, I actually enjoyed it once we added the jam. It completely changed the experience. This jam elevated every cheese we had actually, adding a delicious flavor boost and making our cheese tasting even more enjoyable. Konzelmann is a 5 out of 5. If you're in the area for wine tasting, this is definitely a must-visit spot. With its breathtaking views and exceptional wines, it's an experience you won't want to miss. That wraps up our first Icewine Festival. We're so glad we got to share it with friends who really knew their stuff. Whether you're a wine lover or just looking to try something new, this is definitely a festival worth checking out. Thanks for following along. Cheers!